Hello, welcome to TRL Rips Cards. Today I got another couple of blasters of Allen and Ginter, and if you remember last time, I had just had a single blaster of this, and I just loved it. I think it's so cool. I'm a big fan of this. It's very different. I wasn't familiar with it at all, and so it was kind of a just all new for me, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I was able to see a couple more of these from 2019, and thought, oh, well, I better grab those because I really enjoyed opening these up. So yeah, it's just like I just think it's kind of a cool a cool product. Maybe like one of my favorite products to open. It's just fun. In my opinion, it's just a fun. It's very different. So you get these mini cards, and you got this random horses and stuff like that. To me, it's just very interesting. So Johnny Bench, Willie Demis. Look at that Ty Cobb. I mean, how often do you get a Ty Cobb? And I got let's see, that's a Trevor Bauer with and I think this mini. I'll have to look. I think this means something with that kind of that black border. I think it's sort of a short print or something like that. Um, so that's kind of cool. So Ty Cobb. Here we got a Ozzie Smith baseball star signs. I mean, he's a Capricorn. It's got the Capricorn stuff on there. And then we got somebody named Mercer, maybe a magician, maybe? I don't know. Let's look here. Voice actor and dungeon master. Okay, of course. I love it. Okay, numerous prominent characters in animation and video games have been voiced by Mercer. Matthew Mercer, I guess it does say his whole name, including Luke Skywalker in Star Wars Battlefront 2 and McReady in Fallout 4. The LA based actor boasts extensive training in theater and improv. Matthew also serves as the dungeon master for the hit Twitch show Critical Role, in which he leads a group of fellow voice actors on campaigns. So cool. You'll never get this in any other trading card. To me, it's just something completely off the wall um, and unique. So we got there Luke Voigt, Dennis Eckersley. I used to kind of love the A's as a kid there when they were. Always loved the Twins, but I also did like the A's, like Eckersley. Here we got our mini, and that is Robinson Cano. So let's see, Dakota Hudson. I think, yep. Here we got kind of a cool one. Greatest to ever hold a bat and a ball, David Ortiz. So that's kind of cool. Big Poppy. And it's pretty neat. And then we got Vladimir Guerrero. Not junior, but the original senior Vladimir Guerrero. So pretty cool. So no horses or anything yet. Or the one time I remember the last one was like, it was just like, hey, here's an airplane. I mean, it just kind of seemed to come out of nowhere. But Corey Kluber, John Lester, yeah, a lot more baseball dudes. Daryl Strawberry. Here is Jose Ramirez. Here's that. Okay, perfect. On cue almost. Here's an airplane. Just flying over a mountain. Either at sunset or in the morning, I guess. It's just history of flight. Hawkeye Sidley Harrier, the first in the Harrier jump jet series, unique for its ability to take off almost vertically and hover like a helicopter. As such, it negated the need for long runways. Developed by the British in the 1960s, even. Made its first flight in 1967 and then was imported, deployed, and improved upon by the U.S. Marines in the 70s. So, how about that? Pretty neat. So, then we got Brandon Crawford. So, Bunch of mostly baseball guys here so far. Last time there was like, I feel like there was more of a variety, so that's okay. Um, Mikhail Franco, I think. Yeah. Here, oops. Ramon Laureano, rookie card, mini. J.D. Martinez, Bryce Harper. Here's another airplane. And that must be the Wright brothers. Yes, Wright Flyer, Orville Wright. So that's the first. It must be History of Flight HOF #1. I think the other one was 11. So, I mean, it is a neat, you know, card. It's very vivid colors, and they've done a good job with it. Let's see here. Last one is Bob Feller. I think he was from Iowa, and growing up, I had a neighbor with the last name Feller, and always said he was related, but I don't know if that was true or not. But that was at least what I was led to believe. So I suppose it's not implausible. Elvis Andrus. Is that J.A. Happ? Sammy Sosa. Slamming Sammy Sosa. How about that? Man, he looks so different now. If you just Google Sammy Sosa, you won't believe what you see. It's like a different guy almost. Johnny Bench with the signs. He is a Sagittarius, so that is. And here is our. Oh, okay, yeah, I love it. This is just amazing. Okay, I hope you can really see that. Dreams of Blue Ribbons, frog jumping. Frog jumping. Oh, I gotta read this. One of the longest running frog jumping contests has been held in Calaveras County, California since 1928. There is a very famous short story, The Jumping Frog of Calaveras County, so that must be where that comes from. Prizes go to the owner of the amphibian who jumps the farthest, with all eyes on the record of 21 feet 5 3/4 inches, set in 1986 by Rosie the Ribbiter. Rosie the Ribbiter. Oh, that's great. Oh, so Johnny Bench is a Sagittarius. The ruling planet of Sagittarius is Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion. While fortune had little to do with Bench's success, the legendary catcher did plenty to expand the horizons for his position, popularizing the use of the hinged mitt and the protective helmet, for example. So I guess before him, really, or right around that time, must have been that old catcher's mitt with just like a place for the ball, and you had to kind of put your hand after you caught the ball on it. So that's interesting. And a protective helmet. Jeez, that's rough. I suppose just the hat or something underneath the mask. So 14-time All-Star and NL MVP twice. So, yeah, pretty amazing. What's this guy? Glaber Taurus, of course. All right. Started with Andrus. So, a few more packs here. Yeah, I'm going to have to get one of these. Hey, look at this. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. So we got senior and now junior. Ozzie Smith. Ginter Grades. Harmon Killebrew. This is awesome. Look how cool that looks, too. That is just a nice looking card. Harmon Killebrew, the greatest to ever hold a bat. So this is the Big Poppy one, was the same insert or whatever it is. But that's cool. They got a kind of a ball behind him and bats crossing over, and then he is holding a big bat. Harmon Killebrew. Hall of Fame reliever Raleigh Finger cited Harmon as the toughest hitter he faced. If he had accumulated frequent flyer miles, he could have been gone to Europe and back at least 4 times. Certainly Killer, his nickname, could have been a StatCast sensation in the current era, but he did well enough on his own. Only Babe Ruth donned more than his 6 AL home run crowns. So pretty amazing. So that's a cool card. I'm glad to have that one. Oh, this is the best. Okay, Goat Kid. New to the zoo, Goat Kid. Minutes after being born, baby goats called kids get up and take their first steps as they try out their voices. After a few days, they hop and run. Goats usually remain in herds, with the nanny and older ones providing protection for the kids. Amazing. Goat Kids. Matt Olson, Hank Aaron. That's a nice looking card as well. It's really a nice drawing, whoever did that, or if this is one of those deals where they take like a real picture and kind of use a program to kind of make it look like a photo. That's very possible too, but anyway, nice looking card. All right, 2 left. So last time I think I had a Tony Oliva. Yeah, so now I got a Harmon Killebrew. So excuse me. Must be Pee-wee Reese. Yep. Okay. First Tiger Mask. I gotta read this. 6 wrestlers have adopted the Tiger Mask persona since the famous Japanese wrestling character debuted in the early 1980s. Inspired by the title character in a comic book series, Tiger Mask won his first match against the Dynamite Kid before seizing the WWE Junior Heavyweight Championship in 1982. His signature moves, including space-flying tiger drops and twisting moonsaults, have baffled opponents. I'm sure they really baffled them. So, awesome. First Tiger Mask. That is cool. Our mini came out here, and that is an English Springer Spaniel. Collectible canines. Amazing. I once had a Springer Spaniel. His name was Chipper. And I don't know what the difference between English or, I suppose, American. I don't know, but couldn't tell you which one we had. But the virtues of the English Springer Spaniel read like a checklist for what parents want in a child. Brainy, spirited, affectionate, attractive, and frisky, but obedient. Bred as a bird dog, chiefly in the 1800s, he can easily learn a wide variety of commands. So, the English Springer Spaniel, I'm going to name you Chipper. Okay, Tim Rock Reigns here. Cool. Incredible equipment. We got Odin's Throne. Odin's Throne. Perhaps the most revered god in Norse mythology. Odin needed only to sit down and gaze into every realm of the universe. That's because his magical throne, that's a Norwegian sounding name, Hilskalf, it was no ordinary chair. The high seat, in parentheses, was said to have been thatched from pure gold, allowing Odin to see all lands, all people, and all of mankind's acts simultaneously. So it's a pretty nice chair. Yep. Pretty cool. And we got Miguel Cabrera here. So last of the first blaster, and it has not been a disappointing rip at all. I will say that. We got Reese Hoskins here. Tatis Jr. rookie. So, nice one. Yeah, this one kind of, I think, either I had that before. I think it was a different player, but kind of had that same background. Then we got, let's see here, Yonder Alonso. Actually, not Pete Alonso. And Yasmini Grandal Mini. And here's one of the horses. Oh, Kentucky Mountain Horse. I had the Kentucky Mountain Horse already. So, first time I had the Kentucky Mountain Horse. Shoot. So I wish I would have had a different kind of horse. That would have been better. So, Patrick Wisdom. I don't know who that is, actually. So, and Reese Hoskins. So, that was the first one. Got some good ones. Got a Blue Ribbon Jumping Frogs. Got an English Springer Spaniel. First Tiger Mask, I think, is pretty cool. Obviously, the Killebrew. New to the Zoo, Goat Kid, and amongst others, I guess. So, okay, we will get into. Need some nails here or something. There we go. Number 2, and unfortunately, all that I have here. So, what is this? Kevin Kiermaier, Brooks Robinson, Johnny Benchlight. It's like the third Johnny Bench. So, greatest ever, hold a bat. Oh, we got another dog here. We got a Burmese Mountain Dog. And let's learn about the Burmese Mountain Dog. Since the main talent of the Burners is no longer in high demand, they can pull more than a half ton. They've settled into being sweet-natured, eager to please pets. Their loyalty often to just one person makes them equal parts guard dogs and playmates. So, nice little, nice another collectible dog. So they must have pulled sleds or something, I'm going to assume, since it says there they can pull half a ton. Let's see, Ryan Yarbrough. Jose Canseco with the Devil Rays before they officially went. There's a lot of Rays in that one. So we got Canseco, Kiermaier, you got Yarbrough there. So that is a pretty nice looking Canseco card. Just shows how dang big that guy was. So, what did he end up with home runs? 462 home runs. So, pretty remarkable. Granted, they were aided by some a lot of steroids, but he still hit them. Okay, Patrick Corbin, Josh Hader, Daniel Palka. And all right, we got a different kind of horse. Mares and Stallions, we got an Irish Cob. So I don't know anything about the Irish Cob horse. This is a distinct hybrid breed. The Irish Cob owes its 18th century roots to the English thoroughbred Connemara and the Irish draft horses. They are often called gypsy cobs because of the Romany of the UK and Ireland used them to haul their wagons. Though these stocky, muscular horses have been around for centuries, they did not arrive in the U.S. until 1996. Huh. How about that? That is kind of interesting. So, I guess it does look like a stocky, muscular horse. So the Irish Cob. How about that? And then our mini is a friggin' winner here. We got the Carolina Algonquin language, Lost Languages. This is and they've got Tops 2019 in there. So, got some Native Americans here on a canoe, I think, and there's a fish there. So this guy's spearing a fish. So let's hear about the lost languages. Sir Walter Raleigh brought 2 Carolina Algonquin-speaking natives to England in the late 16th century and managed to translate their words. Despite recent efforts to revive the language, it has been displaced by English it had been displaced by English by the early 20th century. So it's a lost language, but maybe there exists some record of it, I guess. So what's this? Cedric Mullins, and we started with Patrick Corbin. So that was a good pack. We had a horse and a lost languages. That was pretty good. And let's see here. Kepner. Let's find out about him. He's a baseball writer. Tyler Kepner began covering baseball as a teenager in Philadelphia, interviewing hundreds of players for a homemade magazine that was featured in the New York Times in 1989. So the Vanderbilt U alumnus has been the newspaper's national baseball writer since 2010. His first book, K, A History of Baseball in 10 Pitches, was slated for an April release in 2019. So how about that? That is Tyler Kepner. So Ben Zobrist, Corbin Burns, just a basic rookie. And here we got another awesome plane. Oh, we got a relic here. We have a nice little seaplane there. And good picture. It's the History Flight number 4. Supermarine S.6B in British aeronautical pioneer R.J. Mitchell's mission to build the perfect racing seaplane in time for the 1931 Schneider Trophy competition. It sounds like a movie, oh, we got to do it before the Schneider Trophy competition, and then they, all kinds of, I could see the montages with the design fails and everything like that, close calls, but he designed a high-powered series for the Supermarine Company. Lieutenant John Boothman flew the S-1595 to victory at 340 miles per hour. Just weeks later, Lieutenant George Stainforth set a world airspeed record, 407 miles per hour, in that same, in the S-1596. So that was like the next model up, I guess. So pretty cool. Again, I like these pictures. They do look really cool. So very nice. And then we got a Jose Ramirez relic. So I think that's definitely my first relic from Allen and Ginter. So game used memorabilia. Jose Ramirez is one of my Dynasty fantasy guys. So he didn't know that certainly, but that is kind of cool. So. It says the memorabilia contained in this card is not from any specific game, event, or season. So I assume it's still, it says game used, but they're just not going to identify which one. At least it's red. So many times it's just like a plain white. I got a World Series relic in top Series 1 Strasburg, and it says World Series on everything, but it's just a plain white swatch. It's kind of like, could have done something, they have... They have better uniforms, but nope, just a plain old white swatch. So lame. All right. Oh, that is Felipe Vasquez. Yikes. Is that the guy who's? I'm pretty sure it's him. You have to Google Felipe Vasquez, but I think that's the guy who was accused of some pretty not so good crimes with an underage young lady. Doc Gooden, Kyle Schwarber, Jose Altuve. He's a Taurus. Oh, great. Of course he'd have to be. I am as well. So nothing stops a Taurus, symbolized by the bull. Once he sets his mind to something, Altuve showed that kind of determination long before he became a 3-time American League batting champion and the 2017 AL MVP award winner. Labeled too small at many points during his amateur career, Jose charged ahead anyway and broke through the barriers. So, yeah, good for him for all those things. He's definitely one of the most hated players now, but German Marquez, yep. So I'm going to have to look up that Felipe Vasquez. I think that's the same guy, but I'm not 100% sure. Jason Varitek, how about that? Red Sox. So this was I remember the Twins actually drafted him, and then he didn't sign and return to Georgia Tech, and then the Red Sox took him, and the Twins lost his rights, and it was kind of a big deal at the time, as I recall. So, and then he did, go on to be, probably not going to get in the Hall of Fame or anything, but still had a very nice career. 193 home runs, 306 doubles. Played a decent catcher too. Let's see, 1,546 hits. Oh, games played, excuse me. 1,307 hits. So, more of a good slugger and switch hit, and all that stuff. So, very good player. Aaron Nola, Travis Pastrana, Nitro Circus. So, Carlos Pastrana broke some of Evel Knievel's most celebrated stunt records with a trio of motorcycle jumps totaling 484 feet in Las Vegas, including one in which he landed over the Caesars Palace fountain. The 35-year-old Maryland native is a founding member of Nitro Circus, an action sports collective that tours the country. He is a four-time Rally America champ who also has competed in 45 NASCAR races. Boy, I wouldn't have known that. So, very, very extreme sports guy. So, Ted Williams, that's a great-looking card, too. So, I like these Ginter greats. They're pretty cool. Whoops, there is our, okay, that's a Posey. And then, let's get to our mini here. That is new to the zoo. Koala Joey. So it's a baby koala. Nice. I think the fires in Australia are finally out. I know they lost a lot of koalas to those horrible brush fires they had. So Jorge Alfaro, Andrews, AJ Andrews, became the first female to win the industry's most prestigious fielding award in recognition of her excellence on the softball diamond. The former Louisiana State University outfielder has played professionally for multiple teams, becoming distinguished for her acrobatic catches, elite base stealing prowess, and strong hitting. AJ is also an outspoken advocate for women's empowerment both on and off the field. So AJ Andrews. So even though she's a softball player, they chose to take a picture of her in a evening gown type of dress. So that's an interesting choice. Tops Alan Ginter. Could have probably featured a photo of her exploits making one of these acrobatic catches or something like that. But must be Gil Hodges. Whoops. Yep, Gil Hodges. Santa Sleigh. Incredible equipment, Santa Sleigh. I gotta love it. I mean, Santa Sleigh, just terrific. Larson, I think I had this guy last time. Jay Larson, yeah, comedian. So, and our mini is Corey Seager, and it's got that kind of that different border than the other minis. So, kind of cool. Let's see here. Ted Williams again. Had a Ted Williams gridiron great or Ginter greats. Trevor Hoffman. Boy, I remember Trevor Hoffman. Is he the all-time saves leader? I think he is. Let's see. Games played, wins, losses, innings pitched, hits, strike. It doesn't even have saves on here. Oh, jeez. That was what he was most famous for. So, just got his wins, 61, losses, 75. That doesn't exactly tell the whole story there. Well, here's Mercer, our mini of that guy. I had a regular card of him, too. All right, awesome. We got another Mares and Stallions, the Quarter Horse. We've all heard of the Quarter Horse, I think. That's a pretty common horse, but did you know that the Quarter Horse is synonymous with the American West? Though the breed originated in the American colonies, it was westward expansion that made the Quarter Horse a fixture on ranches everywhere. They are known for their natural instincts while working with cattle and for their exquisite speed, up to 55 miles an hour over quarter-mile distances. Wow. I would say that is exquisite speed. So, the Quarter Horse. Now you know. That is not the Polanco I wanted. That's Gregory Polanco. It's not the Rosario I wanted either. That's Ahmed Rosario. So, a couple of, could have been some twins there. Shared the same surname, but not. So, Derek Rodriguez, former Twins farmhand, Pudge Rodriguez's kid, converted from a infielder to a pitcher, and then got Rule 5 picked up by the Giants a couple years ago. Last name Rocks, and that is Burton Rocks. Oh, this is I just read something about him. He is the son of prominent chemist Lawrence Rocks. Burton carved out his own niche by combining his love of sports, law, and writing. The Hofstra University Law School graduate is an agent, who represents multiple coaches and athletes in professional football and baseball. He's written 7 books, including Me and My Dad, a baseball memoir, co-authored with Paul O'Neill. That was a New York Times bestseller. And I wish I could remember this, but it was just I was reading something that said he was signed by there was a baseball player I think that did research in the off season with this guy's dad, who was it said prominent chemist, yeah, and he was actually signed by Burton Rocks, so kind of cool. Oh, there's our Corey Seager. I'd say same mini, but that one has the border and that one has the plane. So Victor Robles, and I think this picture in 2018, if you see it, it looks just like it, is a short print actually. So in Series 1, 2018 Series 1. So um, I don't know if they have short prints in this. I doubt it, I suppose. But oh, look at this. Rod Carew, baseball star signs. And Carew was a Libra. So nice. Very nice there. I'm able to get a couple of twins here out of this after all. I'm not really expecting a whole lot. So we got a Carew and a Killebrew. So Xander Bogaerts. And then we start with Rodriguez. So all done. I finally I should say, was able to get some more Allen Ginter and went through it. Did not disappoint as usual. We got 3 horses. We got a quarter horse, an Irish cob, which is probably my favorite, and then the Kentucky Mountain Horse. Got a couple of twins, Carew and Killebrew. Did end up with a relic, a Jose Ramirez relic, so kind of cool. Some dogs, a Dreams of Blue Ribbons, and that is frog jumping. And then let's see the minis. I guess we can just kind of go through them. Got Corey Seager, and then I'll start here. Mercer, voice actor. Okay. Let's see, who is that? Tyler O'Neill, Corbin Burns, Yasmini Grandal. Yep, Seager regular, Seager different background. New to the zoo, we got a koala. Lost Languages, another dog, Burmese mountain dog. A goat. Some Ramon Laureano, Jose Ramirez. You might as well, your mini might as well stick with you there. Trevor Bauer, again with that different kind of background, and then Robinson Cano. So, let's not forget about First Tiger Mask here. So that's actually one of my faves. I'm gonna save that one. I gotta put that one in a sleeve here. I don't think it's probably worth anything, but it is to me. I think it just looks cool. So, all right. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed Allen and Ginter as much as I did. Whenever it comes to the new Allen and Ginter becomes available, I'm gonna have to get at least one hobby box, I think, and we'll have to see where we go from there. So, all right, thanks so much, everybody. Have a great one.